If you're a New Yorker and you've been dreaming of ditching the concrete jungle for some sandy shores, maybe you're fed up with the higher taxes or crazy rent, and you just want a lifestyle that feels like a vacation every single day. I'm Jerry Pincus, your South Carolina realtor who's been helping thousands and thousands of people, especially New Yorkers, to find their perfect home in Myrtle Beach. And today I'm spilling the tea on why so many people are making the move and what's holding the others back, and the real pros and cons of living in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So stick around for a minute because I'm dropping the truth. Everything about moving, the good, the bad, and the ugly, going to tell it all. Now, this may not be what you want to hear, but it's going to be the truth. Number one, why are New Yorkers wanting to leave? Well, first, let's talk about why New Yorkers are packing up in the first place. Because in 2025, the data shows that New York is actually one of the top states that people are actually searching online to leave, with over 28% of home buyers looking for homes out of state. Why? Well, it could be the sky-high home prices. It's $588,900. It's the median in New York State. Or the property taxes that just eat up all your savings. Plus, many of you keep on telling me that you're tired of the fast pace, the long commute stuck in traffic, and the winters that seem endless. So here's the kicker. You're not just leaving New York. You're chasing affordability. You're looking for space and a vibe that screams freedom. So what's next? Let's explore why Myrtle Beach is on your radar. Number two, why Myrtle Beach? This is the big draw. Myrtle Beach is topping off the charts as a top relocation hotspot. For the third year in a row, it's been tied as the number one moving destination in the United States. Now, this is according to Pods Enterprises. These are the people that have pods pack stuff up and where freight is moving. So the 2025 Moving Trends report is showing this has been going on for years, and now it's really picking up steam. So why is this happening? Well, homes here cost $292,000 on average. That's about half of New York's median. Plus, you get beaches, you get golf courses, you get a laid-back lifestyle for just a fraction of the price. Plus, South Carolina has low property taxes. It's the fifth lowest property tax in the nation. And no state inheritance tax. It can be a real game changer for retirees and for families alike. But does this sound too good to be true? So stay tuned for the real challenges that you might face. Number three, it's the good, the lifestyle perks. So let's start with the good. Myrtle Beach could be a lifestyle upgrade for many New Yorkers. Just imagine trading honking taxis and traffic for ocean waves. Now, the 60 miles of coastline, the iconic boardwalk, and the year-round mild weather draw everyone from young professionals to retirees. You've got entertainment. Just think about it. Broadway at the beach, live music, and family-friendly attractions. And for remote workers, the cost of living is 3.5% below the national average. So your dollars really do stretch further. But up next, I'll tell you about the housing market because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Number four is the housing market, the opportunities and the challenges. Now here's the deal on housing. Myrtle Beach's market is starting to cool slightly, with home prices down 7.3% to $292,000. This is in June of 2025. These are the numbers. And homes are taking about 109 days to sell. Now that's great news for buyers because we've got more negotiating power if you're a buyer. And areas like Carolina Forest and Market Common are hot for families. And with new builds popping up everywhere, we've got a lot of new construction and a lot of different geography to consider. But here's the catch. Inventory is tight, especially in beachfront properties. And condos, well, they are sitting a little bit longer. Some are taking about 119 days to sell. But you really want to know is what neighborhoods that New Yorkers love the most. So I'm going to break it down next. Number five is top neighborhoods that New Yorkers are actually typing in, searching for, and where they're actually moving. Difference between searching and where they're actually going. Now, New Yorkers, I get it. We're all picky, right? And I love that. But you want the value, you want the lifestyle. So Carolina Forest has been a favorite for families with top schools and new homes, but that's starting to get built out. And then we have Market Common, which feels like a mini New York City on a small scale because it's a walkable vibe. You have dining, you have the shops, you have restaurants, lots of things to do right there. Then we have North Myrtle Beach, which offers quieter beaches, and it's perfect for retirees. And Conway, on the other hand, it's close enough, but far enough away. And Murrells Inlet, it's a charming fishing village with a serious coastal charm. But here's a tip. The most desirable properties sell under 30 days. So when you're ready, we'll be showing you not just the average properties, but the neighborhoods and the communities that are way above average so you make your best decisions. Now, curious about the downsides? I'm not sugarcoating it. Let's talk about the challenges next. Number six, the bad. These are the challenges of moving to Myrtle Beach. Now let's get real about what's bad. Now, Myrtle Beach, it's not perfect. First, the job market. So if you're not a remote worker or if you're not retired, high-paying jobs, they're scarce outside the tourism and hospitality industry. Now, second is the infrastructure. It's not New York City where everything is close by, right? You have to travel to it. So the infrastructure and traffic can be busy, especially during the summers when tourists flood the area. But many New Yorkers, they laugh when I say that because they say, you guys have nothing. New York? Now that's traffic. So next is the hurricanes. Sure, they're a risk, and the Atlantic hurricane season does mean that you need solid insurance and a plan. But it's not Florida, which is the #1 hurricane state. We don't have those kind of problems. Of course, it can happen at any point in time, but Myrtle Beach area has 75% fewer hurricanes in the history, right? But don't worry, because I'm going to share how locals handle this. But up next is the ugly truths that you just won't hear from most real estate agents. Number 7, the ugly, the hidden truths. Here's the ugly side. Short-term rentals like Airbnb, they're huge here. But regulations are tightening, and maintenance costs can eat into profits. So if you're thinking about those kind of investments, think again. Also, some New Yorkers completely miss the urban buzz. I mean, Myrtle Beach just doesn't have New York City's nightlife. We have a couple clubs and things, just don't have the diversity. And the condos, they're struggling. So with sales down 5.8% and prices dropping to $261,000. So if you've been eyeing one of those, you might expect some competition from investors if it's in a good area and it's a solid investment. But you want to know how to navigate this? I've got some strategy for you up next. Number 8 is how to make the move smartly. So how do you make this move work? Well, first off, research, Google. It's a good tool, but it's not going to get you going. It's just not going to answer all the questions, and you know that. So you want to research the neighborhoods based on your personal lifestyle. I'm talking about families who love Carolina Forest, as I mentioned, and retirees, they flock to North Myrtle Beach or Conway or even Longs, South Carolina, which is just 30 minutes from the beach. Now, second is the budget that you need to budget for flood insurance, because if you're in an area, you might want to add that to your policy. It's something to think about. And third is consider visiting during peak season so you get a vibe for what really it feels like to live here. And next is set an appointment with us and let us show you those communities and the neighborhoods. Because at the end of the day, you're going to know what's average and you're going to know what's way above average. And if you decide to buy, that's great. And if you decide not to, that's great. But we want to make sure that you have all of the information before you're moving forward. And here's a pro tip. Pre-construction homes, they can lock in lower prices, and we can show you the very best deals. They're not advertised. They're not on the internet. Up next, I'm going to compare Myrtle Beach to other states that New Yorkers are also eyeing. Number 9 is Myrtle Beach versus the other states. And New Yorkers are also looking at Florida. They're looking at North Carolina and Tennessee. So Florida and Cape Coral and Orlando have similar beachy vibes, but the price points are a little bit higher there. And North Carolina's Wilmington coast, which is a little further north than us, that ties Myrtle Beach for the affordability, but it's less touristy and it's less dense and there's less things to do. And a lot of people, they just don't like that because it's too quiet. How about Tennessee? There's no state income tax, but there's no beaches. And so Myrtle Beach does stand out for its balance of low cost living, the beach lifestyle, and the future growth potential. You want to know what New Yorkers wish they knew before they're moving? That's next. Number 10 is what New Yorkers wish they knew. Now, I sat down with Sarah. She's a New Yorker who moved here last year, and she said, I wish I had known about the seasonal vibe. The summers are packed, and the winters are a little bit more quiet. And others have mentioned to me that they underestimated the moving costs. And you really got to budget around $5,000 to $10,000 for a long distance move. And some people just sell their stuff and then they buy new stuff here because it's a new life. And many wish that they had known about all the neighborhoods, not just the ones that they saw online. So my advice is talk to locals, talk with the real estate experts, not the real estate agent, not the model home salespeople. They love selling you something. So you get that entire full picture. And next, I'll explain how my team helps people without that sales pitch. Number 11, how we help you. Now, at Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts, we're here to sell you the dream, not the property, right? We tell it like it is, and some people just don't want to hear the truth, but that's okay because it is what it is. It's going to come out one way or the other. And we have literally guided hundreds and hundreds of New Yorkers through this move, sharing what the average is, the exceptional, and the pitfalls, because you need to know it all. So if you want to explore Myrtle Beach, just go ahead and pick the phone up, give us a call at 843-839-9870. We've got a lot of super helpful information to share with you. And if you're not ready, that's fine. Just go ahead and subscribe for weekly tips on moving south. And comment below, because I want to know what's making you consider leaving New York. Let's keep it real together. Hey, before you go ahead and hit that like button if you learned something new. That helps us keep these videos honest and free. So next week, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 mistakes New Yorkers make when buying in Myrtle Beach. And you don't want to miss it. So I'll see you in the next video, and welcome to your journey of your new home. Take care, guys.